Welcome to the Gunners in Africa podcast post-match. Man United, big 3 points. We take those 3 points and get out of there, and never talk about that game again. But massive, massive 3 points. Especially the other teams have started well, City and Liverpool. To get the 3 points was really good, but I feel like the performance was really, really poor. In terms of the team, the starting lineup, he went with the same that I predicted, but with Ben White instead of Timber. I thought that was a good team, but I think the performance was not great. Um, but winning 1-0 at Old Trafford on the first day, and they were up for it. They had a good game, Man United. Um, I think defensively, as much as we kept a clean sheet, I felt like at times we're a bit naive. You can clear the ball, but we kept giving away the ball. We looked nervy, not comfortable on the ball. Even though they weren't pressing that much, kept we were slow, we're timid, especially in the first 10 minutes of the game. United on top of us. I thought, okay, let's sort of keep them at bay, and then after the 10th minute, we started passing a few passes, and still it wasn't convincing. There was no rhythm in our play. We didn't look fit, physically fit. We weren't competing that much, but we had a set piece, and when they scored, and I thought, okay, let's try and play now because they are chasing the game. We didn't do much again. Only person that was really driving us was Martin Odegaard. I think he had a good game, but also I remember in the first half he made a mistake, gave the ball away, could have passed to Saka. He didn't, and he lost the ball, and we were hit on the counter. But overall, he was really good in the game. But many players looked laggy. Others didn't know where to stand when we had the ball. People were hiding a bit. Didn't see much of Saka. Didn't see much of Martinelli as well. Declan Rice as well struggled a bit. Gabriel had a question mark going into this game. He looked a bit leggy physically in terms of recovering, but he grew into the game. But this game, performance-wise, was really poor. There were glimpses of good things. Gyökeres, I feel like his teammates are not playing to him. They still play like they don't have a forward. He had some opportunities where he had to cross the ball or pass the ball and he overhits it and stuff. But I love some of the glimpses of the runs he was making through the channels. I think we're gonna get better at that. We looked to find him. It was a ball that Ben White played across over the top, and he made a great run to get it physically. Um, and I felt the referee. Oh man, he loves the whistle. Um, and in terms of the fouls and stuff, he loves for both sides. Like he loves the whistle. Um, the funny part was when we were trying to block the keeper, he kept blowing. Like I don't understand that rule because you don't want the keeper to play it. You never allow any opposition to play the ball comfortably, even the goalkeeper. But anyway, it's the Premier League. If the players, I still don't get it. If the players were briefed on red rule before, they wouldn't be doing it. But it feels like they weren't briefed on red rule. But anyway, yeah, I think the set piece on the corner, we got the corner. I think Declan Rice took it on his side. Um, their keeper again, their keepers. Um, and then I think William Saliba was blocking, and then keeper tried to palm it, and then Calafiori in the back post finish it. It was a great goal, 1-0 to the Arsenal. And we defended the most of the game, but I felt like we could have kept position better and managed the game better. Going to half time, I thought, okay, let's regroup and try to sort of manage the game and control the game. It was in and out. We didn't control the game. We didn't pass. We looked timid again. I thought, like, come on, man. And I was hoping Mikel make changes very quickly into the second half. I was worried about Calafiori and his yellow card that he got in the first half because the referee, I wasn't comfortable with that referee. especially when United would bring on Ahmad. I was like, Mikel, make the change as quickly as possible because he might get a second yellow. And then he was fine and then he changed him, brought in two fullbacks. The first change I think was Havertz, and the Havertz was the first change, and Madueke coming on for Gyökeres and Martinelli, which is I think was expected. And then the two other changes were the fullbacks, where Miles came on and Timber came on. Timber played well when he came on. He's a very good one-on-one, and he likes a duel. Won some of his duel, which was really good. And then Miles got a yellow card for a loss of concentration, which was awful because that was the continuation of what was happening in the game as well from the team. But I think getting the trim points in the first game is quite big for this team. I think going forward, we might need to improve. I think another sub was Mikel Merino came on for Declan Rice, was limping a bit. But yeah, man, it was an awful game, and hopefully we improve from that. I think some of the new signings will be Mendy. Had good spells in control of the ball. His ability to play the ball through the lines was really good at that. I feel like as a team we need to. I think hopefully we improve from this. We can't play any worse, especially when we play at home against Leeds in the next game. Their availability, people being available to receive the ball, especially our midfielders. Odegaard was really good at that. All the if you watch his map, his map on the right hand side in the pocket was always. And the good thing, I felt like we would get in behind their midfield, and the decision making in the final ball or in the final pass or to shoot decision making, we sort of people fall over, losing the touch or scuffed the pass or the shot. I don't know what was going on because we kept getting behind their midfield and then running at their defenders, but nothing came out of it, which was just really, really disappointing. We should be looking sharper in terms of there's no fatigue at all because we should be looking sharp and making those passes. Um, yeah, but and also we allowed them to play a bit in terms of running at our defense as well. Our midfield was always the central areas were always open. Um, yeah, man. But this will should be thankful. I think maybe it's a sign of good things to come that we win when we didn't play our best. I thought United were really good in when they hit the ball, and also Cunha and Mbembe was more effective in the first half. I don't think Cunha was that effective playing as a nine, as for false nine doesn't matter. And then with Mount on the left, they play more defensively in terms of their players, but in terms of their play, they were moving forward with Dallo on the right, and who was playing left, Doku on the left. I think Doku had a good game, hit the post in the first half. Again, we allow the space, we win sort of timid again in closing down. And I think in the second half, when they made the change to Proton Sesko, I think Cunha started to play because he's very good at carrying the ball and carrying between the lines and taking on players. And I remember when he made a sharp turn against Ben White before before he was substituted. It was good for them. I think they're gonna get better United this season, especially the fact that they're gonna have time in the training ground and Ruben Amorim. But from day one, they have a goalkeeping problem. I think if they're gonna keep the keepers that they have, they're gonna have a really difficult season, and then everyone will like last season will keep punishing them on set pieces. But yeah, man. And the team, I think my man of the match would have been Martin Odegaard, but I can't give anyone man of the match in this game because we were really poor. If I could rate the performance, I'll give it a 4. That was really poor, but we go home with a clean sheet. I think against Leeds we need to improve. Maybe Mikel will make some changes in the game against Leeds at home, and we should play with more energy and intensity. We that intensity, especially when we were in control of the ball and we didn't work very hard. Allowed them to have the ball. We didn't press them. Our press didn't look coordinated at times because they kept playing through us and playing the balls over the top. But yeah, man. But not to sound sour, we took the 3 points, first game of the season away from home at Old Trafford. It's one down, 37 more games to go. Take the clean sheet and we go back home. Come on, you Gunners.